Hey guys, so today I'm gonna do a video review on my special Yorkie custom hood for my dog Shadow. But before I start, I'm gonna kind of tell you the story about my dog. So, this hood was made after my dog Shadow. I had her for 14 years and she was literally like my best friend. When I was about 8, we went and picked her up from the kennel. Well, not kennel, I guess, but it's one of those breeder kennels. And my parents are like, okay, Sarah, well, we're gonna go in here and you get to pick your puppy. And well, my brother was 2 at the time, so he was really little, so he didn't really understand what was going on. So we went into this place and we looked at about 1,000 different Yorkshire Terriers. And I seen Shadow and I fell in love with her at that second. She was so excited and hyper, and I was like, that's the one I want. So we picked her up and brought her home. And my parents are like, okay, well, sorry, you need to find a name for her now. And my brother wanted to call her Bark Bark. And I was like, no. And we started playing with her, and I was like, Shadow. That's the perfect name for her. Because everywhere I went, she would follow me behind me like a shadow. So we picked the name Shadow. She was about that big when we brought her home. She was the perfect little dog. And every day, from that day we bought her, she would meet me at the door. As soon as I got home, she'd rush to the door with her little tail wagging, jumping up to see me every day. Until December 20th, when we had to put her down. She, basically what happened was, there was a tumor under her tongue, and they removed it once and said if it comes back, there's nothing we can do. She's 14. She's getting up there in age. So we took her back for her 6-month checkup to see how she was doing after all her teeth were removed because they rotted out, because that's what happens with Yorkies. And they said, we have some bad news. The tumor is back. We can't really do anything about it. Just let her live her life. There's no point on doing anything right now. But when that time comes, when she either cannot eat anymore and gets really skinny, or she gets really sick, or it starts breaking open and starts bleeding, it's time to weigh your options. So we were like, okay, let's spend the last bit of time with her we can. So a month passed. I was like, awesome, yay. And then it hit December and she started getting worse and worse. And it was finally the week before Christmas, and my mom's like, hey, we really gotta start thinking now, because she's getting sicker and it's harder for her to eat, and she's really lost a lot of weight. And I was like, I don't want to lose my dog before Christmas. I want one more Christmas with her. So my parents are like, okay, we'll try. We'll keep trying. So we started feeding her through water through syringes. I started pulling apart her food and hand feeding her just to help her a bit. And then finally, my parents were like, hey, today is your last day to spend with your puppy, because we cannot keep doing this to her, because she's really sick and really needs the help and needs to really just say goodbye. So I spent the day cuddling with her all day in my Galaxy Wolf hood, and we snuggled all day long. And she was literally by my feet the entire day. And I petted her and told her how much I loved her. Then finally, it was time to say our goodbyes, and my parents took her to the vet and came home with her in a blanket and said, it's time to bury her. We can't. So we went out and buried her. It's hard for me because she's been my best friend this whole time. And she was like the one person, one pet I actually had that understood me, no matter what. And Spirit Hoods is my favorite company in the world, as everyone knows. They're the one company I 110% support. Buy so much products from them, and they bring me that joy that nothing can bring me anymore. So, my man talked to Spirit Hoods, well, Tasha, and I didn't even know about this, and he got this hood made for me, and I didn't know until I got the phone call from Latif. Didn't even know who it was. I was completely shocked. And when I talked to him on the phone, he's like, well, you gotta pick your fur for this Yorkie hood. And we're immortalizing your dog for the rest of your life. So you'll always have her with you. So, lo and behold, my Shadow hood. The fur is kind of like the grizzly bear fur, but it's super soft and silky like the new Coyotes. Has the button. And I'll give you a close-up on the fur. So it's really cool. It's blacks, grays, browns, everything. Has the little perky Yorkie ears. And my favorite part that made me cry when I unboxed it, as everyone's seen, is her name on the paw. And the other paw is the Spirit Hoods logo. So her name's on the paw, so I always just look at that and remember she's here with me no matter what. But yeah, this is my Yorkie hood. I hope you enjoyed my little story. I'm sorry I'm such a crybaby. And hope you enjoyed my hood.